Paul says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands. Do you think that is okay to do in today's society?
In today's society, no. It's not okay.
It's a strong word, isn't it, submit?
Yeah,
That was part of the marriage vows for many years. I think literally hundreds of years, where a wife would vow to submit to her husband. Not many people would willingly say that vow in today's society. Do you know the context of submit?
To not answer back.
No. But let me just explain to you what the church is so you understand, okay? It says, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it.
What does it mean to love our wives as Christ has loved the church? And that is an unconditional and a sacrificial love. Those two, when they're brought together as bedfellows, it speaks volumes and it says everything in totality. Unconditional, there is no strings attached. And sacrificial, even if it hurts or even if it leads to my death, I'm going to love you and I'm going to be there for you. That's how Christ loved the church. And that is the calling, the deep and the high calling that we have as husbands to love our wives.
The church isn't the building, it's the people, it's believers, it's Christians throughout the world. And Christ showed his love by dying on the cross for the sin of the world. He died for the church. That's how husbands are to love their wives. So I would never do anything derogatory to my wife. I just love her as Christ loved the church. That's what makes a marriage work. And that's what the world balks at. They don't want to have that order. It should be equal rights in a marriage. And that's why there's such a mess in the world. That's why marriages break up. Because the human will is basically selfish. We want our own way, and that's what destroys marriages. And it would be a joy for a wife to submit to a husband if the Christian does what the scriptures say. Husband, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. Your understanding of that will be as deep as how much you realize Christ loved the church. If you've got a shallow understanding of sin, you'll say, oh, yeah, Christ loved me. And that's because we're part of the church.
Right.
But if you understand the depth of your sin, you'll understand the depth of love. Christ died for us while we're yet sinners, and that's how we would strive to love our wives. And what wife isn't going to love that?